Alright guys, so we're gonna get right into it with this Ogre Pond Grass Drag Mag offense. I'm gonna see how this fares. I might edit this team as I go. This is a different, actually the Ogre Pond Grass is my favorite of the bunch, which surprised me. But a mixture of two things. Now that I've gotten the whole, trying the new mods thing out for, the channel and whatnot, it's time to actually check out what the fuck people are running. So I want to get back to my more serious, it's not like we were necessarily goofing around with the other lives, but it's more showcasing. Now I think I've showcased everything. I haven't used Manaphy, but Manaphy is not a new Pokemon per se. So we're gonna get back into the more serious lives. So yeah, I say all that to say we might edit this team literally in the live. I don't know how long I'm gonna play. I feel like I might just fuck around and just play the whole time just to see the calcs and learn the metagame. So I haven't seen a Hydreigon, I haven't seen a Valiant quite some time, so I'm excited to see what all this does. If I were to quick scan this team, depending on what the Terramon is, not what Terramon is, but what he Terras, I can actually see Tusk eating him alive. I can see Goldengo eating him alive, again depending on who Terras first. Roaring Moon has the potential, it's decent. Bolt, Shadow Ball, again decent. Ogre Pond, probably the most dangerous if I can force the Terra. If I force the Terra, Ogre Pond's eating good, eating real good. Zone is pretty trash this game, trash this matchup. So phase one would involve, curious as to what these Samurats are running, what these Samurai kids are running. Matchup wise, Roaring Moon is my best bet. So many angles to this turn, and obviously he doesn't want to lose his Toxic Orb, so he has to protect. It's just data. I need to know what people are running, because I'm like, I kind of gauge what Gliscor is running. So when you're looking at a matchup, right, because competitive Pokemon happens in matchup chunks. So turn one, this is a matchup of Score versus Roaring Moon. You could argue is even depending on my set. If I outrage, he's fin. If I Dragon Dance, he's in trouble. Like, so meaning like he doesn't have a complete edge, nor do I have a complete edge, right? And so for assessing this matchup, we then take this matchup and put it in the context of how we're intending to win, period. Right? So every decision I'm making is building up to that. And so it's hard for me to know what I'm going to win with, because I don't know what he's planning or what I haven't seen a Samurott, or are these running the same things that they ran back in the day? And so if that's the case, then we can make a vague game plan. If not, and it's like some Scarf Hydreigon or something like that, that we could get fucked. And so I'm assessing, all right, if he protects and I go Tusk and I allow Tusk to get poisoned in exchange for, let's say, fucking 80% of the Gliscor's health, how important is Tusk going to be in the long term of this game, and how important are rocks going to be and things like that. So I think it's worth the risk. Not really a risk. It's worth the Ice Spinner. They always mindlessly leave the scoring, which is interesting. So we're willing to trade, because I'm going to get rocks up on his second protect, because I would just get my big damage. He Toxics. He misses. That sucks for him. That really sucks for him. No, I care. I actually forgot Toxic could miss on Gliscor. I'm so used to thinking of it as a poison type. But as I've said, they tend to just leave their scoring to get maimed. He does protect. So okay, that sequence went about as perfectly as it could have. So it's max defense, heavy duty boots, Amoonguss, which is useful. Primarily because I anticipate a Gliscor reposition, but if he spores, that's fine. I was gonna double what's it called there, but as I said, and with these opponents, I don't know their level of skill. The risk versus reward there wasn't worth doubling back to Gliscor, but he did it, and it worked out for him. And so what we're gonna do is just rapid spin here. Relatively safe decision. Among Us likely to come back in. We get the spin off. And so he's gotten a bit more health on the score, and that's the fun thing about score, right? You just continually get health back. Now he's gonna spore, considering he anticipated my zone and last time. His max def glide score. And so this thing continually having his heavy duty boots is gonna be an issue for me. I've seen Rock's Toxic Protect. So I've seen ones without Earthquake and I've seen ones with Earthquake. If in this case, both are fine versus Goldengo. Meaning if Goldengo, so what I can end up doing is Flash Cannon hard here. And the beauty of this, if he leaves it in, he's going to Spore, which opens up my Tusk, right? So next time it's Score versus Tusk, which is a relatively safe play here. Because one, you know, they would assume he'd likely foul play and assume my or go to glide score back. And so the reason this is important, because let's say he stayed in a Giga Drain, and I'm trying to articulate as much as I can, as fast as I can, because the turns are going by faster than I can get the words out of my mouth. Because me going to Tusk there were so many things calculated. Like let's say he stays in Giga Drains, let's say he stays in foul play, like all of the likelihoods, his switches and all that stuff. So it's like, okay, he did what I expected. But the reason I doubled to Tusk is because his matchup versus Tusk is not the best. He doesn't enjoy switching into it. And so because he took the Flash Cannon Among Us, a crit, unfortunately for him, he can no longer switch safely into this beast. And this allows for me to just Earthquake. Is this Balloon? Okay. That was a risky pivot, but worked out for him. Risky pivot, but worked out for that's actually a really good position. What's best here? Knock. At glide score is max. U-turn on glide score. U-turn is best. I could have knocked his glide score, but the positioning Tusk has is way better. You can get the protect off. And so now Ice Spinner again. He finally terras this. I figured he would eventually, but I just didn't know when. So I frustrated him to the point where he terras the glide score, which I forced the terra. We talked about that, right? My win con is going to depend on what he terras. And so the question now is what kind of Volt Switch would be so. My Magnezone is actually so good now. So now he gets to go for the knockoff slash toxic. As I said, it doesn't matter that much anymore. Him getting the toxic off sucks. But now he's gonna show knockoff where he's gonna reposition into the Samurott Hisui. So this is boots as well. And the beauty of this is that the Amoonguss is low enough on health to where I think knock would kill him. Am I adamant? I am not adamant. So this Amoonguss is a bitch. It's gonna be it. I don't have enough time to calc this. Wonder how much this would do. This is an important turn. I don't think Sludge Bomb would knock me out anyway. This Pokemon is really good. And truth be told, this isn't even worth it. I think I kill him. We'll find out. I don't think he can knock me back out. So unless he gets the luck he needs, this puts me in a great spot. Foul play, I didn't expect that. All right. I'm not supposed to be Ivy Cudgel. I'm supposed to be Power Whip. Ivy Cudgel actually helps here, which is funny. Because it means I can't miss. And he sacks the... I actually meant to put Power Whip on this. I'm about power, man. I'm about power. The calcs on this is crazy. So I need to get rid of these hazards because this is fucking important. The Samurott is probably Jet. Again, I don't have the time to calc. I have 20 seconds. So the Rod's probably boots Jet, or at least sucker Jet. The best options I have don't come in well. And unfortunately, my Goldengo, as great as it would be Terra Fairy'd in this game, like spectacular Terra Fairy'd, his Goldengo is a problem to me. So this has again either sucker or Sucker or is Goldengo still being on the balloon is actually gonna hurt me. He has either Sucker or you know, Sucker or Jet. Either way is fine. So it's Sucker. So he leaves the Rod into trade. I thought it's Ceaseless Edge. It's kind of a waste of a move. The fact that it's Sucker makes it a little trickier, but I can see a case for Goldengo here. But I figured he'd leave it in. Swords Dance is insane. Never in life is Swords Dance to play there. So Goldengo, again, I was not willing to risk that. Goldengo comes in, which makes a lot of sense. Now he's gonna really struggle with the Roaring Moon. There we go. Couldn't speak English there. Unfortunately, Zone is just gonna have to bite the dust. It just depends on what he actually goes for Make It Rain. I did not expect him to go for Make It Rain there. Which means I can Tusk and spin. It's worth it. I did not expect Samurott. Did not expect Samurott. Samurott dies. I'd go back to Goldengo. Yeah, it's just the best play. But he leaves Samurott. I do not agree with that at all. I weighed the risk versus reward of me. If he goes back to Goldengo, I'll just sack the zone as I intended to do last time. This shit being on the balloon is a pain in my ass. So him giving that up opens up my Goldengo offensively big time, and it really opens up my Ogerpon. Like if that is not a booster Valiant, Ogerpon is eating good. Ogerpon is eating really good right now. So he shot a balls as he should have done. 4. A score would mean score matchup would mean I actually don't mind the score matchup with my Goldengo being in the game, especially because this is banded knockoff. His Gliscor is not taking this well based on how much I saw it take from my Ice Spinner. So he's playing this Gliscor like he's Lazar, as if this shit doesn't just come in and hit knockoff. So now Valiant's probably booster. We're gonna see what exactly has in store for me as we give up our Tusk here. It's no longer necessary. So it's SD, which is actually good because now I can just Terra. Yes, Spirit Break. Interesting. Can Terra Make It Rain here and wipe this shit off the face of the map. Because I'm max, Spirit Break should still die, yeah. Spirit Break drops special attack. So, you know, that would have been rough. Yeah, Spirit Break drops. Okay, for a second I thought, I was like, wait, is Spirit Break special attack? I had to think about it for a moment. Now, Polt and Ogerpon. So this is actually a very nasty little matchup here. Not like I had a bad matchup, kind of nasty matchup, but the particular combination of Pokemon he had actually gave me a pretty hard time. So our best bet here is just to Make It Rain. He Flash Cannons his leftovers. Got a couple options here. I think what's my best bet? I don't want to miss a Draco. I could go Roaring Moon and U-turn forfeited. Because I was thinking about, okay, what sequence gives me the most value no matter what I do. I think that would have been, because the Hydreigon is dying to either Bandit U-turn or Draco Meteor, which, you know, U-turn can't one-shot it, and well, I can play rough him. But all those Draco, play rough, Knock and U-turn are the only ones that can't miss. So what we don't want to do is, for example, go Dragapult and Draco Meteor straight up. Because if I miss or he switches to Goldengo, he is in a better position than he needs to be. Whereas the moves that can miss hurt me the most. So I could have went Roaring Moon and clicked U-turn. It would have been a slower process because Goldengo is going to lose his balloon. And the reason that's significant is because I need him to keep his balloon in order for my knockoffs to do a significant amount. So I think honestly, the best bet after that would have been to go to Ogre Pawn and play rough. If he switches to the Goldengo, I just click knockoff, knockoff on the Goldengo. He'd have to kill me, right? Because he's not recovering enough health. So he knocks out the Ogre Pawn. That allows for me, depending on how much play rough plus knock does, I can go to Roaring Moon and just knock twice and just finish off the game with Shadow Ball instead of trying to risk the Draco. It depends. It depends. But yeah, that was I don't know, maybe putting a Dragonite over Roaring Moon. Not feeling the Roaring Moon at all, truth be told to you. Or maybe it's just this particular game. We'll see. I mean, Roaring Moon did work there. I'm talking like it didn't do shit, but okay. I know y'all love the stall games. Ogre Pawn nyams this team. Just delicious. Yum, 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 delicioso. And what's beautiful about it is that Roaring Moon's knockoffs are so diabolically deadly that it forces into Mandibuzz, Dozo, less likely Corviknight. Dengo, if it's pure knock score walls is Gliscor and I can infinite spin unless it's Helmet Corviknight. So I'm actually not going to play the Tusk gets poison game in this particular matchup. Though I've learned that Mandibuzz learned. So Goldengo is going to be very key. Goldengo is going to be very, very key, as you're going to learn. Especially if he is balloon, I'm going to keep my balloon infinitely. Ogre Pawn is going to be very, very key as well. Cause them, I'm telling you, them Terra boosted motherfucking Power Whips? No joke. That is not a game. What the fuck are these guys doing these days? I wonder if I don't have a way to scare out his score. Question, is it worth getting toxic over? Nah, he protects. So this one actually protects. If it's EQ-less, say Blissies. If it's, I could have been Specs. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't protect. I guess he wanted to, because if I trick, you know, he's in a bind, obviously. So we're gonna go Tusk here. Calm Mind, excellent. As we're gonna Rocks here. I thought he'd go hard Gliscor. Okay, so he does, which means I'm bluffing well that I have no way to touch his Gliscor. So he's switching into that Gliscor like he's Lazar, which is good. So he plot here as he expects me to reposition back on his Blissey, and this is wonderful, right? Because it allows for me to make it rain hard on the Blissey coming in, and I want to keep my balloon. I'm going to Earthquake here. I mean, because he's doubling around trying to scout for my trying to cover for my what's his face. I don't lose a ton. I mean, I keep going Goldengo. It would be great to catch his score here. I'm gonna Earthquake this turn. Yep. I knew he'd Dozo this guy, because I'm thinking like, okay, if you're half decent. The reason is because if I show the Ice Spinner, it'll make this game longer. If he thinks I cannot touch this, it's a different game. So he goes, yeah, he's convinced now. He's convinced now. So he should tech the first turn to scout out my Blissey. He's shown Calm Mind. I wonder what his move is. Maybe it's only Seismic Toss. Soft boiled. I know he has seismic toss. I don't want him popping my balloon if he has a way to pop it, you know. Okay, now Ice Spinner. Got that ass. That's the turn I was waiting on. He's max defense score too. So that's actually a significant Ice Spinner. Because you notice the damage difference between the last one. That's what I was talking about in the beginning of the live with learning the calcs, right? So he's going to protect, but now this Gliscor is no longer safe, right? And so this is where things get interesting. Because we could Terra actually. I don't want to so my opponent's either going to Hard Dozo, Terra Toxic, Hard Dozo, Terra Toxic, Corvi or Mandy. Hard Dozo, Terra Toxic, or okay, yeah. A Terra Toxic wouldn't be bad. An Ice Spinner again. If he Terras, then he has no Volt switching. Like, he's really weak to Zone. Like Zone with Mandibuzz, and it's max Mandibuzz as well. Okay, so that's useful information. And this is big because Zone gets to come in here. He has Knock, which is kind of whack. It's kind of whack. That's actually not great for me. Didn't expect Pex. You know, obviously I could have destroyed it. It's like, why, Jam? So it's probably pure EQ Tusk. If it's Infestation, so be it. Surf. And this is where things get fun because that Mandibuzz has to give up its item. And Tusk gets the item. Tusk should just stay staying in defog here. There's no way he risks the score. Unless he was no, there's no way he risks the score. Yeah, there's just no way you can risk it. Zone is fairly low risk. I could body press, but Flash Cannon is my best bet. There's no way you risk the score here. I'm gonna double Flash Cannon here. Didn't expect Pex. So now he's gonna Blissey. Gone. Yep, there we go. So now my Dragapult is an issue. Alright. You can just body press again. So he just forfeits there. Wow. But conditioning is big. And this is actually a really good it's a simple game. It's not like at a certain point all this stuff, that's my goal, right? My goal with the channel has always been to elevate the general kind of player base's knowledge and skill. So as everybody gets better as a collective, everybody gets better as a collective because you need to get better to beat the people who are getting better, right? Rather than having this gaping thing where one group of people have all the information and it's like a closed group and you can't really learn or get in, right? So that's really how the academy began. There was never, prior to the academy, there was never a way for anybody just randomly viewing on YouTube to get in contact with top tournament players. Like, the academy is the only place that, and to my knowledge still, where like, cause all the number oneers on every ladders in the academy, they are either some kind of team building helper or just a member, right? And so my goal was to bridge the gap so you can get access to the information you need immediately. Obviously the books and courses that are coming out soon will supplement that, but yeah, that's what we got for now. Anyway, moving on. He has 2 dark types. Bro is a lame, bro. Bro's a lame. You're a lame, dude. Why do you have 2 dark types? And why do you have a booster Valiant? I can put a stop to my Ogre puns. And you have 2 priority move counter teams, bro. I call counter team. Counter team, bro. Need to be very careful around that Valiant. It's a nuisance. And we've seen my Great Tusk get thwarted by these pesky ass fucking Glamoras. I can't stand that piece of garbage. Toxic Spikes is big for my team, so I can't have him have his way. Can't one-shot me, as far as I can tell. I'm not HP invested, so maybe he can. Then goes for Valiant. Roy Moon for this. This could be a problem. We'll see. I won't give him setup opportunities, obviously. If I force the Terra, like if I EQ into spin, it's better to spin first. So he may energy ball. If he Terras, then he Terras. I don't want him getting a toxic spike. So even if I lose my Tusk, okay, so I will survive. I don't want him getting up T-spikes. T-spikes are not good for me. Would it be worth spinning? If I spin, no, it wouldn't be worth it. Damn, he's going air balloon Goldengo here. No, he's probably predicting me to rocks, which fucking sucks because he gets to go Sterilage. It is what it is. I'll have to play with the T-spikes up. I have to beat this guy with a quickness. It's not a good matchup for this team. T-spikes lead to more kind of things and a hella priority. But as I said, we're gonna beat him before he beats us. That's when you're facing two balls to wall offense style of teams. Because, you know, obviously he didn't want to just lose his Gamora. He probably expected me to rocks, right? In which case he could mortal spin and get best of both worlds, right? Because then he'd get the T-spikes and my Tusk would die. So he's running a calc right now to see if my Tusk will die to Shadow Sneak. If it's a defensive Tusk, it will not, and he'll lose his Sterilage. She doesn't want. So honestly, this is gonna come down to Terra's. Whatever he Terra's first is gonna be key. So here comes the Sterilage. You're obviously not gonna just give up our Tusk here. Crazy. If he CCs, he's king. That's just how it is. You're just a king. So again, positioning is key. I cannot risk this being fucking so I don't have any priority on this team. Let's say he's sashed. Oh boy. What scares me is him going to Goldengo in his balloon. U-turn doesn't solve it because he'll activate his policy. Sash would surprise me, but I don't think I have any counterplay to this. If he goes Goldengo, if I knock, I'll just knock hard. So it is Sash and probably policy. Swords Dance. Yeah. If I had Terra Water on zone before. Okay, very well. Poltergeist. Oh no, this motherfucker learns Poltergeist now? Oh my god, I'm finished. Let me see. Terraligious speed. Oh, this shit is fast. I'm finished. This shit learns Poltergeist. I forgot about that, yeah. I'm not technically finished. Goldengo might eat, but the fact that I had to give up my Goldengo here is crazy. Yeah, I'm finished. I'm done. I'm finished. Oh, it lived. Yeah, I figured it lived, but you know, I'm surprised he didn't Bitter Blade. He must not. What was he? No, he had Shadow Sneak, so he might not have Bitter Blade. How would that have been useful information for me? So my Goldengo is Terrad, which means I'm gonna lose to that goddamn Valiant. So, and again, yeah. But I knew when I went into this game that this was going to be very difficult. He goes Valiant first, which gives me a shot. If he's physical Valiant, that is. If he's special, okay, Spirit Break, which means he's physical. There might be hope. I don't think Ogerpon can die in one hit. So unless this is Terra Steel or something like that, I get to Power Whip. If it's Terra Fighting, I've lost. Yes, please, 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 please. Okay, we might be in this game still. We might be in this game still. It's still looking grim, but the upside is that Another Terra boosting motherfucker. Yeah, I need Dragonite, bro. Roaring Moon is just not caring. Dragonite would pluck a lot of these fools, man. I need some form of priority. I like Dragonite more than Roaring Moon. But I realize I don't have any ground resist or immunity like directly. As we saw, Roaring Moon did work last game, in the last couple of games, but versus opposing team, like there's nothing like. Well, actually, he went for what does this guy? You know, I just thought about it. I was like, he got an attack boost, not a speed boost. So Houston, there is hope. So we're gonna Roaring Moon mid ground. Yeah, because we don't want. Depending on what that Gambit's Terra is, Goldengo is not a factor. Depending on what that Gambit's Terra is, we want. What's the worst case scenario? Being Terra flying? I'll just U-turn as terrifying. Okay. I mean, he's obviously Swords Dancing. Let's say Kowtows. I ought to lose if he Kowtows. I could have declawed there. Yeah, DI pull here. I knew it was Swords Dancing. I wanted to go hard zone so I could keep them on, but guess I could just go hard zone now. Wait, what if he doesn't sucker? This guy is a stupid person. You know, I literally thought, I was like, I'm not going hard zone. What if he doesn't sucker? What the hell? This is a classic case of not knowing risk versus reward. Like, this is a classic case of not knowing risk versus reward. Like, okay, what's the risk versus reward of me not doing certain things? And you know, it's crazy. I thought about going hard zone because I'm like, there's no reality where it ever makes sense to go for anything other than Sucker Punch. Maybe you thought I was gonna be that sub. It's probably Lum. Which, you know, probably thought I was like that subset. But Sucker first, especially if you're Lum. Right? I get you would lose, but you auto lose if I'm spexed. Right? So I should not have won that game. Truth be told to you. What be a lethal Dragonite? Is it even worth Roost? With the structure of a team, I could probably get away with Encore. You know what would be a dope Dragonite set? Fucking sub Dragonite would be legitimate for all these Gliscors. Let me think about this. All these Gliscors and fucking Ursalunas, a sub Dragonite would be nasty. And Polion doesn't run sub, yo. I know it's against the law. I'm actually not even gonna run. I'm gonna actually run leftovers on this. I'm not gonna run heavy duty boots. Dragon Dance, Extreme Speed. Cause truth be told, I don't even have to run the typical E-Speed EQ set, but I will. Substitute leftovers. We're about our power. There's probably a more optimized set than this, if I'm honest. I'm not gonna, let me think. What would I want to run speed in? I'd want to outpace what after +1. Since I'm subbing so like a bulkier set, you know, there's likely a case for running a spread that doesn't die to Gliscor's knockoff, or I mean sub doesn't get broken by Gliscor's knockoff or something, right? I'm just trying to think what I'd want to outpace. I know a lot of 240s exist, which is score. It's a lot of fucking speed. It's a lot of speed. I don't want that much speed. 220 is what, Gambit? A lot of speed. This is a bulky ass Dragonite. I could down on the attack and up on the speed, but just so I can guarantee sub up on most score, because I'd assume most score are running damn near no speed. And this sets up on motors too. But yeah, what was I gonna do? Normal. Let's see if this shit works. It's not even about works. It's more about the right situation, right? Like maybe it can work. So we got a glide score here. Right? He has a pole, which give me some trouble since I'm not back in the roost. Have fun, brother. Here's a Scarlet, which is an issue. This particular pole set would, Dragon Eye set would give that dirge an issue. Yeah, Tusk is good. Ogre Pawn upon Swords Dancing. If that Among Us wasn't there, death. Well, I guess he has a damn Scarlet too. He has 2 ground types. Nah, bro's not playing these games. One thing that's good is my Goldengo. Terra Fairy Goldengo. Like I don't even know how he beats that after that Mungus goes. So let us see. Dragapult's lethal, no dragon immunity. Excellent. So phase 1, because Among Us is a horrible matchup. If he mindless scores, because I don't think he wants me to just rocks. So he's one of the few that goes for protect. Bravo, my friend. Bravo. He's still gonna stay in, but bravo, my friend. Bravo. Oh, he goes hard Tusk. It's Helmet Tusk. Which means you have no recovery. So you're willing to give me your Tusk? Let me think. Is there an alternative to... It's Helmet Tusk, but it's offensive. But mine is actually, obviously max attack. So we EQ into... So now if I get rocks up, they're here to stay. We EQ into ice. Well, actually, no, I need EQ. I don't even need to, just Earthquake. Straight up. The Wellspring is here. It is now. The Wellspring is an issue. Ogre Pawn Grass is not going to be the king here. It's not in this matchup. But what is going to be useful for is the removal of items, right? I could have repositioned, but Mungus's item is going to be a key asset, especially if it's boots, like I've been seeing. So it goes to the score here as he removes. Bro is a fucking mad genius. Bro knew what the fuck was up. Bro knew, and bro went for the damn. So this might be his rocker. It's hard to say. But that's that Draco spam. If it's a if he went hard, score. Oh no, score made sense as a mid ground. It covers for a knock. So he has knockoff on it. Okay. This is the thing about where we are now at this point in the metagame, man. There's a lot of scouting going down because we just have so little data. Goldengo is going to be key, so we want to keep that tucked. So he has Earthquake and Knock. So it's Earthquake, Knock, he might be SD. It might be SD. Hard to say. We spin her every time though, because bro is definitely not protecting. Spin her every time. I mean, it could be toxic as last move. It could be toxic. I'm weighing the risk versus reward. Like the Ice Spinner blasts something on Switch, right? Protect is never a move you go for, so it gives her the Tusk, which I really wish I went for Stealth Rock there, but didn't. It's too pussy, too pussy. So that's that zone is not that good here. As he fires off the Specs Ball, it's useful data. Zone has to get sacked. This is where Dengo is going to become really, really, really critical. because I can't deal with the... Part of me is tempted to just go my pull and say, oh, let's do the speed tie blood. I'm about the speed tie life. Because it's going to come down to something of that nature sooner or later. This depends on so many different things. Dragonite is really good, but obviously specs pulled. If I go to Goldengo, I was going to anticipate the terrestrialization and go to the Amoonguss. My issue is, what is my counterplay for that? So I'm actually very tempted to go Goldengo and not Terra. If he does Shadow Ball, I ought to lose. I could go Dragonite. And Terra that. But then the Gliscor is a problem. And Amoonguss. The opponent seems competent. So I really want to just go for the recover here without terroring. He could Terra Ghost, which might knock me out. Leaves it in. Yeah, so Pult's gone, which is big. I didn't expect him to do that. I don't agree with that, like, at all. So the Wellspring is here, and it is now. There's a case for Play Rough for sure. Play Rough would definitely knock out my Pawn of the Ogre. My Goldengo is way too important to sack. Like, once I recover, this boy is a beast. What am I gonna recover on though? Can't recover on this. There's a case for Dirge. Can't recover on Score. If he Play Roughs here and then terrestrializes this, he went for this, the Ivy. The Ivy Cudgel. Which is unfortunate. Which is unfortunate. I've already terrored, so he has the edge there. He could risk the tie, I doubt it. I'd probably switch first. He does. Yeah, that was an awful play. I don't know what bro's doing. He should never have stayed in there. If I win the tie there, he loses the Ogre Pawn. And so risk versus reward wise, you have no reason to make that play. If he goes Amoonguss, there's a little drawback. Oh man, I wish I stayed in. Even if he knocked, Knock wouldn't have, I don't think Knock would have knocked me out. Oh man, I am. Yeah, I don't understand why. Bro's tripping. Big time. Big tripping, Brody. Especially going Dirge to give me your item. Even if you're a Terra Fairy. Even if you're a Terra Fairy, unless this is should I have well, this is gonna be an interesting endgame actually. It says GG. Interesting. Is that an offensive GG? %. You're Fizdef, which means you die to this. Oh wow, he doesn't die. That sucks that I got the Spadef drop there. So that's Fizdef fucking, that's Spadef damage. So that means that if my Ogre Pawn, if I switch my Ogre Pawn out, my play was to switch Ogre Pawn out. My Power Whip into Great Power Whip would have done like 70%. So my play was to switch Ogre Pawn out. So I messed up there. Spores, right? But the Dirge is too big of an issue. Yeah. So Dirge is just going to the Shadow Ball is not doing enough. Terra Blast Fairy, very interesting. Okay, so yeah, I've lost. I don't think Terra Blast Fairy will one-shot Polt. Yeah, because it's just a but the Mungus takes so little. Takes so little. So yeah, I should have switched my Ogerpon. I should have switched Ogerpon out into the what's it called? And that's why I wanted to keep Goldengo Tuck, but my hand was forced. I have nothing for that Polt. I don't regret any move I made. Because I'm trying to think what my Polt can't muscle through him. My Ogerpon can't beat his Amoonguss. Dragonite can't beat his Skeledirge. I had to tear my Goldengo. Magnezone is useless. I'm trying to think what I could have done to win this game here. And I think that might be AV Amoonguss. That might be a Assault Vest fucking Amoonguss. If I wake up here, he's in a bind. If I woke up there, he'd be in a bind. I'll stay asleep the whole time. But yeah. I'd have to modify the team a bit. Funnily enough, D-Knight did not help in that game and when Roaring Moon would. And that's the thing, right? Like, as I said, it would depend on the matchup. If I were to edit the team, it'd have to be to remove Ogerpon. It's the most deadweight mon. It doesn't ever switch into anything. And it's just not doing enough damage. But when it's versus certain teams, though, it's really dangerous. So yeah, I think Dragmag might have some potential, but I'd have to actually sit down and pencil these things out and see if like what the right matchups would need to be and you know actually build a proper team. So team building with Jam will come back in due time. Probably soon honestly, because as I said, the meta is a bit more settled, so we can start trying out some things. So yeah, hit the like button if you enjoyed, y'all. Good game to my man, whatever his name was just now. And I'll see you in the next one.